Welcome, Kevin. And good afternoon to all of you here. Thank you for coming to the ceremony today. We are here to celebrate a legend. Kevin Grimmer began his accomplished career at SUNY Poly, then the State University of New York College of Technology, in 1984 in the old Globe Mill building over on Court Street. From his first day on campus to his retirement in 2021, that's 37 years, I did the math. Kevin contributed to countless advancements and upgrades in the Wildcat Athletics program at SUNY Poly. A standout basketball player at Notre Dame High School and at Hamilton College. Kevin played professionally in the English National Basketball Association before landing at SUNY Poly. He served as part-time intramural assistant, assistant men's basketball coach, head men's basketball coach, head women's basketball coach, assistant director of athletics, and of course, director of athletics. And if that wasn't enough, Kevin also started and coached women's volleyball program for 6 years, and he served as the sports information director for 14 years. He's responsible for adding the sports of men's and women's volleyball, women's lacrosse, and women's soccer while shaping SUNY Poly Athletics program to its current roster of 12 NCAA sports. I want to take a moment and give you a personal story about Kevin, and I think you'll remember this, Kevin. The first time I ever met Kevin was at the SUNY IT banquet in 1996. I was brand new here, and I'd gone out on very few stories at the time, and I was told, because Jim Boeheim was the guest speaker that year, I was told, go interview Jim Boeheim. There was a little controversy surrounding the program at the time, and I was told to go ask him that question. So I went, and unbeknownst to me, he had pretty much told the media, I'm not going to talk about this. Well, what's the first question out of my mouth? Because I didn't know that. And I asked him the question, and Coach Boeheim said, that's it, I'm done. And he walked away. And I've got a witness here, I believe John Pederesi was there. He saw this all went down. In fact, Pederesi says to me afterwards, he goes, why didn't you wait till you were done with the interview before you asked that question? But you know what Kevin did? Kevin stood up and he said, come on, talk to me. And he did the interview with me. He saved my day. And that was the first time I got to meet Kevin Grimmer. And from then on out, whenever I called, Kevin Grimmer picked up the phone and said, come on over. We're right around the corner. Let's do the story. And vice versa. Anytime Kevin picked up the phone, I always answered. And we always did the story. He took the time that one day for that young reporter to give me a chance. And he's done that for countless young athletes and student athletes here at SUNY Poly. Now, I could go on and on about what Kevin Grimmer means to me and SUNY Poly and our local community. He is a true Hall of Famer, evidenced by his inclusion in the Greater Utica Sports Hall of Fame. But let's get to the real reason we are here today. It is now my pleasure to turn the program over to SUNY Poly's officer in charge, Dr. Andy Russell. He's going to lead us in the presentation of an award and the official court naming. Andy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hi, Coach. Thank you, Jason. Allow me to add my thanks to all of you present here today. This is a milestone day in the history of SUNY Poly, and especially in the history of Wildcat athletics. Student athletes, staff, coaches, administrators, and families who have supported the Wildcats over the years, thank you. To Sheila and the entire Grimmer family, and I mean all of you, I knew you were coming out in force, but I didn't really know. Thank you. Thank you for your support and love of SUNY Poly Athletics. Kevin Grimmer's presence has been such an immense benefit for our campus. So many people have been powerfully influenced by him. As a coach, as an administrator, as a colleague, but most importantly, as a friend. Today, we honor and recognize Kevin for the mark he's made on this campus and in the lives of thousands of student athletes at SUNY Poly and beyond. I'd like to recognize those student athletes who are here today. So if you participated in athletics at SUNY Poly, please stand up. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your blood, sweat, and tears. And thank you for coming back today to join us. Jason provided a great summary of the impact that Kevin has had on our campus and in every community he's been a part of. And I have a few more clips for his highlight reel. Let's talk about the 2009-2010 men's basketball team. And I know there's a few of them here. Can you guys stand up? With Kevin at the helm, this team finished 26-5. They won the NEAC championship. They breezed through the first round of the NCAA Division III tournament, reaching the Sweet 16. Coach Grimmer was named to 4 Coach of the Year honors that year, including the NCAA Division III East Region Men's Basketball Coach of the Year. That's on the court, and I want to tell you a little bit more about what his impact to the entire campus meant and how the campus and the system recognized it. In 2012, Kevin received the SUNY Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Professional Service. This is the highest honor that an employee in the state system can receive. It's not just all about basketball with Kevin. It was the impact on the entire campus. Now, both of Kevin's sons, Nick and Alex, are SUNY Poly alums and played integral roles on our men's basketball championship teams. And his daughter, Megan, was an All-American field hockey player at Nazareth College. You guys wave. I won't make you get up again. Nick, I want to thank you in particular for working with our Alumni and Development Office and the College Foundation Board and our athletic staff to make today's ceremony possible. Thank you so much. I also want to thank everyone who has supported our new Kevin Grimmer Fund for Wildcat Athletics. We established this fund so that we can provide additional support to our student athletes, and we'll do this in Kevin's name to honor his commitment as athletic director and coach. We're deeply moved by the generosity of the people who have supported this fund. Thank you for that. Coach Durr, could you give me a hand? Kevin, SUNY Poly is pleased to present you with this gift. It's a rendering of what this very court will be called in perpetuity. And it is now my pleasure so I got a sneak peek at it. I saw it once and I said, wow. And then I looked again and I said, whoa, this is really cool. So it is now my pleasure to unveil the Kevin Grimmer Court at the campus center. And I get to do this back here. It looks amazing. I can't wait to see it. Renovations will start in 2024. We'll get this thing going in no time, but from this day forward, everyone who enters this gymnasium will be entering the Kevin Grimmer Court. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mike Durr. Mike is the former assistant men's basketball coach and staff member in our facilities department. Mike.
Coach Grimm, when I was asked by our new athletic director, Megan, to speak here today, it was probably the easiest thing to say yes and the hardest thing to say yes. Me and Kevin go back to St. Peter's School in North Utica, about 1.5 miles from campus. We met in first grade. Grimm was one of 7 of the Grimm family. I was one of 8 of the Durr family. And together, that family kept St. Peter's open for a while. And when we met in first grade, Grimm and I, we became good friends and true friends. And at the end of my speech, I'll let you know what those 2 things are. St. Peter's Grammar School. Okay, our friendship began. We started playing basketball under Coach White in 2nd grade, and we played basketball all the way up through 8th grade together. Sister Honora, our principal at St. Peter's, had this paddle in her office, and it was signed the Board of Education. Well, needless to say, Carmen Santalella, Kevin Grimmer, and Michael Durr met the Board of Education plenty of times. After that, we played together in grammar school. Our team won the city championship. Back then it was a big deal. Today, I don't know if it means a lot to me and Coach Grimm, but we played for the legendary Coach Joe White, who's still alive. He called me today. Coach White's 91. He fell out of bed this morning, and he's got 2 black eyes, and he didn't want to be seen here today. So Mary Lou called me his wife, and obviously wanted to give Coach Grimm and Sheila his best. After that, 8 years at St. Pete's, me and Coach Grimm went up to Notre Dame High School. All right? All the guys from Notre Dame, stand up. Kevin was probably the hardest worker of all the kids we played together in high school. He worked hard. By his senior year, he was first team All-COL, along with Eddie Jacob, and he was All-State, and led our team to the sectional finals, where we lost to CBA in Syracuse. Again, now me and Coach Grimm have been together for 12 years. Good friends, true friends. Up next, Coach Grimm goes to Hamilton College. I go to Utica College. Now we got to play against each other. And obviously there was a lot of razzing. Coach Grimm always got the best of us. But our friendship there, I used to go up to Hamilton College and get Coach Grimm into a lot of trouble up there. And Coach Murphy always knew when Durr was up there on the weekend, because he brought Grimm into his office on Monday, and he usually heard about it from the campus police. But that's the way it went. It was all good fun. And then Grimm's friendship took a turn for the better. One of his teammates up at Hamilton College was Ron Evans. And Grimm was introduced to Sheila. And that was probably the best thing that happened to Grimm at Hamilton College. And I met my wife at Utica College at the same time. And those two learned to put up with our shenanigans over the last 45 years. Grimm and Sheila just celebrated, your 41st wedding anniversary. And my wife and I have been married for 39 years. So our family's we've been friends for a long, long time. Being that we were such good friends, one of our better stories, I was in Grimm's wedding, he was in my wedding, and Grimm got married up at Hamilton College in the chapel, and we had his reception over at Valley View. And as you do at weddings, you all get in line and they introduce the wedding party and all that. So we're getting ready to get in line, and Sheila's walking up in her wedding dress. I stepped on Sheila's wedding dress, ripped it, and Grimm just looked at me and shook his head. And Sheila, I'll never forget it, Michael Durr. And she looked at her wedding dress. And every time Sheila calls me Michael Durr now, all right, I always remember that moment. 2 years later, fast forward, I get married. Coach Grimm is in my wedding party. We got married down in Troy. And we had a great time. Me and Grimm took over the band during one of their breaks. They weren't too happy about that. But after the wedding, all the wedding parties, all our Sioux coats were off and this and that. Make a long story short, my Sioux coat got taken home to Pennsylvania with my wallet in it from my buddy Steve Griffiths, one of our Notre Dame friends. And so I was out without a wallet. So the next day, Grim came over to my in-laws' house. We were talking, and I told him my wallet story. Well, Coach Grimm, out of the goodness of his heart, gave me his credit card, and me and my wife went on our honeymoon as Mr. and Mrs. Kevin Grimmer. A good friend, a true friend. Okay, then now we start. Coach Grimm comes up here and starts coaching at SUNY IT. Now I think what we have Nick and Megan by then, and then Alex was born a little after that. And then my wife and I, we started having our kids, and our kids became real close friends. And I was lucky enough to coach against Grimm's kids, and Grimm was lucky enough to coach against my son Peter when he played at Cuca. And now I got a Cuca story. If you ever saw Coach Grimm coach, he wasn't a big fan of the referees. And I'm not saying I was either, but so anyway, we're up Grimm's SUNY College team. Dave Galambowski was on the team at the time, I think Alex. And they're playing Pete's team up at Cuca College. And it's going back and forth, real close game. And for somehow, Grimm's getting all the calls. I feel Grimm's getting all the calls. He's playing at Cuca. He's getting all the calls. And Pete is throwing them up from everywhere. Gumby's throwing them up from everywhere. It's a real close game. So one of the refs that was doing the game, he had done a couple of my high school games previously when I coached at Notre Dame. And, you know, I kind of was chirping at him a little bit, but nothing bad. And then with about 2 minutes to go in the game, it's a 2-point game. The referee stops the game. I'm sitting in the stands over there. He walks over to the stands. He goes, "We're not playing the rest of the game until that guy leaves." And I'm like, I didn't even say anything. My wife puts her head in her hands. She's all embarrassed. Pete's watching me walk off the floor. Coach Grimm's watching me walk off the floor, laughing his head off and just shaking his head. And those were the good friends, true friend times. Okay, then obviously Grimm came up here for 37 years, coaching, AD, and Kevin Edick is talking at our next party, and Kevin was Grimm's sidekick, partner in crime up here at SUNY Poly for 35 years. So Coach Edick's going to talk a lot about Grimm's escapades up here. My final thing. All of this is all great, and I know Coach Grimm, his legacy, everything he's done at SUNY Poly. But the legacy of Coach Grimmer is right here. Okay. His true legacy is as a son for his parents, a husband for his wife, a father to his kids, a Boompa, its grandfather for all you that don't know it, Boompa Grimmer for all the grandkids, and Shishi Grimmer for all the grandkids. Coach Grimm, what a legacy. Okay? And my last two things, sorry I'm getting a little long-winded and I'm not a great public speaker. But I told you at the beginning of my speech, me and Grimm are good friends and true friends. And I have this sign hanging in my house, and this is what good friends and true friends are. A good friend will come and bail you out of jail, but a true friend will be sitting next to you saying, but a true friend will be sitting next to you saying, damn, wasn't that fun? Coach Grimm, you don't know how much fun it's been. 60 years. And you've been my big brother and my best friend. I thank you. Last thing I'm going to leave you with, Grimm's father raised me on the way in. One of Grimm's only downfalls is, him and Sheila, as far as I'm concerned, they're Yankee fans. The Durr family are all Red Sox fans. Okay? And one of the greatest Yankees of all time said a long time ago, today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. Well, today, Mike Durr considers himself the luckiest man on the face of the earth because of you. Thank you. One other thing I forgot. These are my grandkids. Okay? A true friend, a good friend. All the guys from Notre Dame that are here. Well, Grimm still holds the record at Notre Dame for single season rebounds and single game rebounds. And when Grimm always used to come over and talk at my basketball camp, I always told the kids what a hard worker he was. He was the hardest worker and this and that. And Grimm would always tell them, he goes, those records were easy. All I had to do was rebound Durr's missed shots, Ajax's missed shots, Zalewski's missed shots, and Jake's missed shots. So, Coach Grimm, love you. Next on deck is Alex and Nick Grimmer. Grimm's got great kids, and it's a reflection of Grimm's parents and Kevin and Sheila. And you three, come on up here.
All right. I've been in this gym many times trying to fill his shoes, so what's one more? I'm going to start out by words from me, and I'm going to finish with words from my father. So our family, first of all, wants to thank everybody here, and I think everybody up in the stands on either side and on these benches have one or more connections to our family. And this process has been really hard, but this has been a day that's been probably the biggest positive we've had to look forward to for the past 6 or 8 months. So thank you for letting this happen. We also schedule this intentionally on my sister's birthday, so happy birthday to Meg behind me here. She spoke more on the field with her actions than she did with her words, so that continues today. Also, again, we'll keep this brief. We'll let you get back to your Saturday nights, but we want to thank the whole athletics department and the college and so many former colleagues and friends that are making this happen. But I want to give a special personal and family thank you to David Golombiowski sitting over there. Nobody has any idea how much David did to make this night happen, and all the special care he made to make my father feel safe and comfortable. Thank you, David. We won't forget this. I don't feel as bad that you broke all my records now. And finally, thank you for everybody. Dr. Russell and the administration here, they couldn't have stressed it more. Thank you all for your generosity. I grew up in a household where my father had 12 to 15 kids every season in addition to me and my siblings. And his whole, not plight in life, but his whole goal in life was to make them all feel comfortable in their home away from home. So the fact that we're able to have this fund in my dad's name to help student athletes be successful, and there's a lot of D3 athletes in this room, and we all know that sometimes we didn't have the resources that some of the other levels had. So D3, I feel like we were the most committed athletes of any level out there, and having this fund to help the athletes break through the national level, and on top of it having it be in my father's name, that's something that means a lot to us. So thank you all. So the brothers decided we're going to split my father's speech in half, and we were going to go tallest to shortest. So that's why Alex is going second. It's officially been decided now. So these are my father's words, and again, it's hard to put them on paper because there's no words to describe what it's like to stand here and be here. But I'm going to start now, and we'll see. Just rank us 1 to 2 when we're done. So this is for my father. I sincerely am grateful for you all for being here today, and am thankful for the love and support you've given me and my family in recent months. Jason, this is from Nick, thank you. But now from Kevin, I appreciate you coming today. The local media has been always good to our family and me, led specifically by our friend John Pitaresi, who I think's up. How can I miss him? Another Hamilton alum. And Dr. Russell, thank you. And Coach Durr, thank you for your kind words. I am very proud to accept this tremendous honor on behalf of my family. Basketball and college athletics have been my life's work and greatest professional achievement. This court has been a wonderful home for my family. To Sheila, who has been so supportive in all these years, and to Nick, Megan, and Alex, who grew up here, helping forge their own outstanding careers in college athletics. Being part of great families and teams has provided the most meaning to my life, starting with my amazing home team that gave me my start, led by my exceptional parents, Jim and Maureen, and featuring my brother Jim and 5 sisters, Karen, Sue, Lisa, Margaret, and Mary, who are all here tonight. We had a wonderful and loving upbringing. I started my basketball career with my next family at St. Peter's Grammar School with Coach Joseph T. White, a big influence. There, almost 60 years ago, I met my very good friend and teammate, the remarkable Michael Durr, who has shared my journey through my life, along with many wins at St. Peter's and Notre Dame. After high school, my next family was the Hamilton basketball team, led by my great coach and mentor, Tom Murphy. He and my exceptional Hamilton teammates laid the foundation of success and excellence that I built on during my entire career in college athletics. During that time, I was extremely fortunate to meet the love of my life, the beautiful Sheila Evans. In our 43 years together, we built the most amazing family, our greatest achievements. Nick, Megan, and Alex, no ranking, no particular order. My dream team, the centerpiece of love and joy in my life. And we kept adding to our exceptional team with Michelle, Jeff, and Izzy, and these loud and wonderful grandkids, Evan, Nolan, and Eliza Grimmer, and Avery, Jack, and Emily DeHeimer. Almost returned. As you can see beside me, the Grimmer and Evans families grew extensively with the addition of many, many marvelous brothers and sisters-in-law, like my teammate for life, Ron Evans, and dozens of nieces and nephews. Along with my children, many of the cousins here also got their first taste of college athletics on this very court at our summer camps and games. These families have been the best part of my life. Along the way, we joined many other families in our area in the annual Boilermaker Road Race tradition. I was privileged to volunteer and work for race founder and first-rate local benefactor, Mr. Earl Reed. This year's Boilermaker was very special, as is today, with all the red shirts and many runners participating in our family, including Nick, Megan, Jeff, Michelle, and Izzy, along with many other family members. And running in the kids' races were future stars Evan, Avery, Nolan, and Jack. My father and us, we all want to thank everybody who purchased a red shirt in support of my family and ALS of Utica. So thank you all.
Nick wore shoes with extra soles today to edge out being taller. I'll just say that. I do quickly want to give a shout out to Nick's two boys, Evan and Nolan. They recently put on a lemonade stand with all funds going to ALS. They raised almost $5,000. Good job, boys. I'll continue my father's words here as he transitions to his time at SUNY. I joined my next great team in 1984, the SUNY Tech family. I've had the privilege to coach and mentor thousands of student athletes and oversee many outstanding coaches and staff members, along with formidable faculty, staff, and administrators like my friends Mary Beth Lyons, Tony Pandabianco, Mike DeChico, just to name a few. We built this campus now known as SUNY Poly. To left. How's that going? Good call. I was lucky enough to have my good buddy and partner in fun, Kevin Edick, by my side the whole way, along with Al Calogero, Kelly Colbert, Angela Mercurio, and Marisa Greer, as well as many good coaches, trainers, and athletic staff. I appreciate everything they helped me to achieve. They are truly a part of our family, too. Nick and Alex joined me here today in honor of the greatest team in SUNY Poly history. Our Sweet 16 team came together in a perfect blend of talent, hard work, and dedication to represent themselves and our college in the best possible way and to establish a mark of excellence for all other Wildcat teams to shoot for. I hope more Wildcat teams soar to this level of excellence, and I know they will, based on championship teams built by Jessica Skelton in the women's basketball program, Peterson Jerome in the men's soccer team, Bill Taluki in the men's cross-country team, and Brandon Miziak with men's lacrosse. They've represented SUNY Poly at the NCAA national championship level, and I know that Rob and Julia and the others will do the same soon. Our great Sweet 16 team, the last team standing from New York State that season, small little SUNY Poly, proved that our Wildcats could compete among the nation's best and that our college could stand strong at the highest level. This team also represents the great team from the previous year, the first team in Wildcat history to advance to the NCAA postseason, which established this Wildcats team could win in the NCAA championships. They set the tone for our sweet achievements the next year. My congratulations and thanks goes to unpaid assistant coach Nick Grimmer, and this is coming from Alex. We had the only unpaid coaching staff in the nation at that point. Our father was also unpaid. My son Alex, Dave Gombiowski, DeLu Brown, Aaron Swancott, Kevin Capiello, Derek Rowe, Gene Toulouse-May. Gene, I know I pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. And the rest of the new Wildcat Hall of Fame team members. I've been blessed with being a part of all of these tremendous families. I truly appreciate having the SUNY Poly Wildcat basketball court named in my honor. This court will now forever represent me and my family. From Sheila, Nick, Megan, Jeff, Michelle, Alex and Izzy, to our beautiful and amazing grandkids, Evan, Nolan, Eliza, Avery, Jack, and Emily. I'm now in a game against a ruthless opponent, a game with no winners since there is no cure for ALS. All I can do is what I taught for all these years. Work hard, don't give up, keep fighting. My sister Mary sent me a card with a quote which resonates with me daily. You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. And coming from Alex, our father shows us this every single day. Your support and love and best wishes have truly helped me stay strong in this fight. On behalf of my family, I thank you all so very much. Go Wildcats. I'm going to do the other thing. I'm going to say one more thing. Just from us to Dad, I'm going to do one more. And I'll make this last piece quick. On behalf of our family, truly, thank you all so much. All the family, friends, colleagues, and all the athletes here today. The outpouring of support we've seen over the past months has truly been overwhelming, truly amazing to see. We appreciate every single one of you. Thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. To our dad, we want to congratulate you on this meaningful honor. With your many years of dedication, hard work, blood, sweat, and tears that you put into this program, a place that we grew up with, a place that you built, this is more than well-deserved. You're an incredible leader, mentor, and coach. More importantly, the best father and grandfather we could ask for. We're so proud of you and all your achievements. Congratulations. We love you.
Now, if you haven't already made a contribution to the Kevin Grimmer Fund for Wildcat Athletics and you would like to, there's still time. See Mike Aiello, Assistant Director of Alumni Relations. Mike, are you here? Raise your hand if you're here somewhere. There he is, up top. See Mike. He will guide you on this effort. I want to thank you all for coming today. And Kevin, thank you for all that you have done for this institution and all that you have done for the thousands of student athletes whose lives you have touched. God bless you, my friend.